We're here today to celebrate a bold, long-term commitment from one of our most valued partners in live entertainment, Danny Wimmer Presents. Today, Danny Wimmer Presents is announcing a 10-year commitment to Louisville. Let's give it up. Yes, we're a little excited.
We're doing things a little different. It's just a little conscious.
All right. That's right. So we're bringing Bourbon and Beyond, Louder Than Life, and possibly even more future events right here to our city. And just so you know, this isn't just about music. This is about momentum, identity, the future of Louisville's entertainment economy. Danny Wimmer Presents has been an incredible partner, not just for our music scene, but for our economy and our tourism industry. Events like Bourbon and Beyond and Louder Than Life are more than just festivals. They are signature experiences that define our city on a national and global stage. Over the past several years, these festivals have become signature events for our city and attracted hundreds of thousands of fans from all over the country and the world. Based on the Louisville Tourism Impact Calculator, the festivals generated over $40 million in economic impact in 2024, supporting local jobs, businesses, restaurants, and more. In 2024 alone, these events filled nearly 90,000 hotel rooms. 2 events, 90,000 hotel rooms. I'm preaching, brother. Yeah, so listen, these numbers aren't just good, they're vital, especially for our hospitality industry, the nearly 70,000 leisure and hospitality workers employed in Jefferson County. You know, in 2014, these guys showed up. They wanted to do a metal hard rock festival in the Midwest. And so Louder Than Life was born. You know, the mayor's office, other city leaders spent those first few years with them and encouraged them to start a festival focused on bourbon, food, along with great music. That led to Bourbon and Beyond. And beginning in 2017, that festival was launched. DWP grew from 36,000 attendees over 2 days in 2014 to nearly 400,000 over 8 days in 2024. Yes. And certainly for my purposes in Louisville tourism, 70% of those attendees have come from outside of Louisville, 25% first-time visitors to Louisville. But something I've learned, let's be honest, the music festival industry is navigating some serious challenges right now. Events are being canceled, such as Firefly, Sick New World, and many more. We've lived that here in Louisville with Forecastle. Production and talent costs are soaring. Competition is intense. Inflation is impacting everything from fuel, food, and ticket prices. But here's the difference. In Louisville and in the state of Kentucky, we're leaning in. Just as we've taken a bold, strategic approach to growing the film and production industry, we're now applying that same energy to destination music festivals with the recently passed legislation. You know, attracting and retaining meetings, conventions, events, and trade shows is an intensely competitive business. It's not just about bringing events to town, it's about creating compelling, tailored packages that stand out. A good example, when we went from 90 cities to 6 cities on our bid for the Sundance Film Festival. We've taken that same energy with this team here and applied it to DWP. With partners like Danny Wimmer Presents, we're not just hosting events, we're building sustainable, iconic experiences that elevate our city's brand, support our local economy, and create long-term cultural impact. There's an old saying that it takes a village, and getting to today took a large village of people. There are, I wanted to recognize our Kentucky legislators that may be in the room, can you stand or raise a hand? Yes. Absolutely. Metro Council members. We have Metro Council members in the house. Please stand. Thank you. This city, other city and state officials, we appreciate your leadership and vision. It has taken a village to get to today. And of course, to Danny Wimmer and the entire DWP team, thank you for believing in this city, for building with us, and making magic every single year. On behalf of Louisville Tourism, yes, give it up. On behalf of Louisville Tourism, we're proud to be a part of that future with Danny Wimmer Presents and with all of you. Now, please join me in welcoming the governor of the great Commonwealth of Kentucky, Governor Andy Beshear. Get out of your way.
Thank y'all. Well, thank you to Cleo. And before I start on this exciting announcement, as you know, our Commonwealth is still dealing with significant flooding that followed flash flooding that was preceded by tornadoes that hit this area. I just want to say, I think Mayor Greenberg and his emergency management group here in Louisville have done an amazing job. Thank you all. This is an exciting day for the city of Louisville, for the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and for music lovers all over the country. I remember that moment when I figured out exactly how big Bourbon and Beyond was. I was coming home from somewhere, I was traveling, and I got to that gate to fly back into Louisville, that last gate where normally you start seeing a ton of people you know, or people start coming up and saying hi to you because you're the governor. And I remember getting to the gate and nobody saying hi. And I remember getting on the plane and nobody looking at me. And I remember that people started talking, and they were talking about Bourbon and Beyond. We had a whole plane full of people that had never been to Louisville, Kentucky before, and were coming to spend their dollars and their time in this great city. That's when I knew that Danny Wimmer had some magic, and that was these two concerts and everything else he does. Danny's become a friend of mine, and let me tell you, he loves the city of Louisville. He is vested in the city of Louisville. He has full-time employees in the city of Louisville. Let's thank him for that. And today he's making a major and massive commitment to the city of Louisville and this state. Today we are announcing that Danny Wimmer and his team have signed on the dotted line, and Bourbon and Beyond and Louder Than Life are going to be here at least the next 10 years. So let's do some math. We have to. Last year, these festivals brought in a combined crowd of 360,000. So as long as you can multiply by 10, we know that we are going to have more than 3.6 million people coming either to Louisville or coming and enjoying from Louisville. These include people from across the world. It's more than double the amount of people that came to Derby last year, that we love Derby. And Derby is going to have a record crowd this year. And it means an economic impact of more than $33 million for the city of Louisville. With that kind of success and that type of economic boom for our Commonwealth, this is a huge win for both Danny Wimmer and his team, but also for Kentucky. I want to thank Danny for believing in Kentucky. I also want to thank Kentucky Venues for helping make these two festivals two of the greatest in the world. And that title, some of the greatest in the world, isn't just coming from me. Last year, Bourbon and Beyond was named the 2024 Festival of the Year by the International Entertainment Buyers Association. It's been called a must-see festival by outlets like Rolling Stone and Forbes. Last year, It broke every attendance record in the books for a music festival in Kentucky, making it the largest festival in our history. I don't want to see those numbers scare people off because there's plenty of room for more. I attended Bourbon and Beyond last year. Members of my staff go to these festivals every year. My staff tells me about the ample space, about how hard they work on logistics, about how they can handle tens of thousands of people and make sure everybody has a top-notch experience. I think about all the people that work here in the Commonwealth to help pull it off too. People like Agriculture Commissioner Jonathan Schell, who worked to secure this partnership. People like Mayor Greenberg, who, when Danny wasn't calling me, Craig was calling me to make sure that we could make this happen. And how about Cleo Battle for his support of tourism right here in Louisville? And the hat looks good.
I did go to your house and knocked on your door.
You did. And I'm proud that we have Kentuckians who have and who will continue to represent this state so well. As governor, I was proud to sit with Kentucky's own Tyler Childers last year before he came on for Bourbon and Beyond. He grew up in Lawrence County, and his music revolves around his experiences in the hollers of eastern Kentucky. He's bringing these stories of home, of his family, friends, and neighbors to the world. He packs venues and works a crowd with the best of anybody in the world. We've also seen Kentucky artists like My Morning Jacket perform at these festivals, and this year, Sturgill Simpson will be there to perform. What we've proven these last 10 years is that Kentucky can support these festivals, and we want to bring even more here. Danny Wimmer and his team have been key partners in these efforts. They've announced a partnership with Louisville to help bring more concerts and events to the historic Iroquois Amphitheater. Danny has been an amazing friend to Kentucky and a key partner in all of the efforts we're seeing around the state. With his help, 2 years ago, 2023, was the best year on the books for tourism in the history of Kentucky. That beat 2022, which before 2023 was the best year for tourism in the history of Kentucky. And when the numbers are finalized soon, I have no doubt that 2024 was actually the best year in our history for tourism in Kentucky. That is back to back to back. And having Danny Wimmer here for the next 10 years means we're going to continue to grow. You know, I'm out there talking a lot right now about our new Kentucky home, where we leave the stereotypes of the past in the past and invite people to join something special, where we take everything we love about our Commonwealth and extend it to the world with an invitation to join, where we take everything we love about home, why we feel so excited when we get to that gate that's bringing us home to talk to people, and then show people from all over exactly how special it is to live here. As we bring in more jobs, we need to bring in more families. We need to bring in more people. We need to grow our population here in Kentucky, and this festival is just, festivals are just more ways of making sure that people see the very best of who we are, a place where the speed of business is as fast as anywhere, but the pace of life is just right. These festivals are a celebration of music and our culture. So let's showcase the best we have to offer and keep people coming back to this city and our Commonwealth. Remember, life's short. Our job are to do good things and to be kind to each other. Today is a really big day for Louisville and Kentucky. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Governor. Now to the leader of our city, Louisville Metro Mayor Craig Greenberg.
Thank you so much, Cleo. It's exciting to be with everyone here today, and there's no better day to be having this announcement than today. On a day when we're kicking off this amazing Kentucky Derby Festival, 3 weeks of our city coming together and showing the world who we are. Hospitality, food, bourbon, horses, and so much more right here in Louisville. So to be celebrating another 10 years of this great fall festival that we have in Bourbon and beyond, Louder Than Life, and everything else that Danny Wimmer and the team are working to create beyond those two festivals during those 2 weeks, it's really special and no better perfect place to be. You know, several of us were just at the They're Off luncheon before this, and we heard the amazing Coach Pat Kelsey share some great stories. And one of the things he was talking about was how he knew Louisville and Kentucky were known for three things: bourbon, basketball, and thoroughbreds. Well, I am convinced more than ever before that there is a fourth item being added to that list, and that is world-class festivals. And Danny, we have you and your team adding another world-class festival that people from all over the world are now coming to Louisville for as well. Thank you so much for your commitment to our city. And just two other observations. One is this is more than about music to Danny and their team. This is about our city. This is about our people. This is about helping make an investment in our community so that we can grow bigger, better, and more people around the country and world know who we are, who want to come to Louisville for so many more reasons. And they put their money where their mouth is. Danny and his team have donated over $2 million to Louisville nonprofit organizations to support our community all year round, not just during the festival. Organizations like Dare to Care, the Ali Center, and Fund for the Arts are better and stronger because of you and your team's support. Thank you all so much for that. And finally, this room today, this historic 10-year agreement today, is the reflection on the power of partnerships. Look around this room. There are many people in this room that, I've seen it on the news, occasionally they don't always agree on things. But we're here together, working together, because when we all see and when we all know what these amazing music festivals can do for our city and our state, we come together. We come together to support amazing things like Bourbon and Beyond and Louder Than Life. This took so many people to make happen. I want to give a special thanks to my friends in the Kentucky General Assembly, President Stivers, Representative Whitten, the other representatives and senators who are here with us today, Governor Beshear working with you and your entire administration, Commissioner Schell. I didn't think I was going to be working with the Commissioner of Agriculture when I became mayor, and now we've been able to work very closely together for something that's great for the city and great for the state. And also to our guitar-playing singer and Congressman, Morgan McGarvey. You are soon going to be on the stage at Bourbon and Beyond, from what I've seen. But truly, this is the power of partnerships. So I just want to leave you all with this. Thinking about what we've done here with Danny Wimmer Presents and this historic 10-year agreement, think about what else we can do. What else we can do to expand these two festivals to more. More events like the Kentucky Derby Festival has surrounded the Kentucky Derby with. And what else can we bring to our city? What else can we grow here in our city? There is so much more. We love your creativity. We love your energy. We love all of your passion for our city. Let's continue to work together in partnership to make our city and our state even better than it is today. Thank you all very much, and congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor. Okay. The gentleman that you weren't sure you were ever going to work with, Kentucky Agricultural Commissioner Jonathan Schell, who I've enjoyed working with as well. Give him a hand.
So I guess I am the unlikely person that works on contracts at Kentucky venues to try and make these things happen, but I just want to say how grateful that I am as Commissioner of Agriculture, as a board member of Kentucky Venues, and instrumental in that process of working through that, working very closely with our CEO, David Beck, our board members, to provide the venue that is necessary for things like this to happen. So I want to say a special thank you to the governor and his staff and everything that they've done to make this possible, to be able to have the funding and the things in place through Secretary Case-Beer and so many others who have worked diligently on ensuring that Danny feels welcome here in Kentucky and that his whole team feels welcome here. I want to say a special thank you, though, to our mayor here in Louisville, Craig Greenberg. It's having Danny Wimmer Presents here for 10 years is beyond just a contractual obligation that we have. It's everything that Mayor Greenberg's done since he's been elected to this office to ensure that we have a safer city, to ensure that we have a business community who knows that they care about being here. It's all the things that happens with his relationships that he's built with the legislature, with myself, and so many others. His wife Rachel and he are probably at the Kentucky venues occupations that we have there and things that go on more than I am at times. And I can tell you that it does not go unnoticed, Mayor Greenberg, the work and the effort that you put in beyond what's happening right now with the turmoil that's going on here with the flooding and other things that have happened. Just your daily business that you take care of here for this city means so much for those of us that don't live here, that when we come here that we're safe being here. Kentucky Venues gives us an opportunity for the rest of the state to participate, whether it's at the state fair, the tractor machinery show, all the other things that happen at that venue, including these world-class events and festivals. And the thing that I hear the most is we want to be safe being in Louisville. And Mayor, you've done a tremendous amount of work to make the city of Louisville safe. Thank you. I also want to say, I think, an unlikely supporter, or maybe an unlikely champion that you would have as a Clay County state senator. I tell people that President Stivers may be how many senators do you have in Louisville? Probably 3 or 4 in total. He is, whatever that is, he's the next member of that. He's the +1 of Jefferson County. And I don't know of a bigger supporter across the state of Kentucky than Robert Stivers for the city of Louisville and Jefferson County. And cannot say enough good things about him. I know that he works very closely with Mayor Greenberg and everyone to put things like this together. And without him pushing through this legislation to ensure that we have these contractual obligations, these incentives and things that are required, would not be possible. Representative Whitten and everyone that's in the House that worked on this, I just cannot say thank you enough for what it meant. We've had an amazing state legislature this year in the session that we had to be able to pull a lot of things together for this state. But most importantly are things like this to ensure that we get the economic and tourism value that we need here. Lastly, I just want to say a special thank you to David Beck and everything that he did in working through this process. Danny, myself, and David, and Mayor Greenberg, and so many others, countless meetings, countless times that we were on the phone talking through these things and working through issues and problems and talking about dreaming about what this may look like for the future. The Hotel Association here in Louisville, a Hospitality Association, and everyone that showed the impact that we have with a venue like this and the festivals that we have. And lastly, the man of the hour, Danny Wimmer, and everything that he means to now here in Louisville for the commitment that he has made to making sure that we have Bourbon and Beyond, Louder Than Life, and hopefully in the future other things like this, the commitment that he's made to the sporting associations here in Louisville and Jefferson County, to the Iroquois Park announcement that was made, and so many other things of being involved in this community. And I just want to say thank you to everyone involved. Thank you for allowing me to be in participation of this to help get it across the finish line. I know what it's going to mean for Jefferson County. I know what it's going to mean for Louisville and for the state of Kentucky. And I'm calling this Louder Than Life, Bourbon and Beyond, and 10 years and beyond. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Commissioner. Okay. I'm sorry?
Danny Wimmer.
Oh, no, it's not time for you yet.
Oh, no, that's just my name.
No. Not yet. Okay, I would like to invite Kentucky Senate President Robert Stivers to the stage. All right.
Well, what's a guy from Clay County doing here? Let me say this, Governor. I kind of learned this was a big thing, and I'm really happy that Mr. Wimmer's here because my son said, "Can you get me tickets to Bourbon and Beyond?" Now that I know you, I've got your cell number. Think that's possible this year?
Mike just wanted his driver's permit.
Okay, all right. And I'm glad Morgan McGarvey's here. Please keep your daytime job. But I want to draw Morgan out. He's an alumni of the legislature, and really what this is a culmination of a lot of different things. I'm going to go back to 2014 when Morgan was there. We really changed the dynamics of the bourbon industry when we dealt with the ad valorem tax on bourbon barrels, which allowed them to really kind of expand and grow. Secondly, in 15, we did the Tourism Development Act that allowed them to have venues and sell bourbon on site, which really exploded the bourbon trail. And so then we got into the situation, here they're having a festival, Bourbon and Beyond. This last couple of years, we changed the tax code again because there's still such growth. But you put all that together, and the $400 million we put into the Fair and Exposition Center. These are the policies we look at when Jason Nemus and Julie Rocky Adams and Representative Whitten and others and Senator Yates come and we sit around the table and we figure out what can we do to make this state better. Those are the things we do. And so why do you have me here from Clay County? Well, first of all, I want to call out the mayor and Cleo, because they've come down to try to help Eastern Kentucky on several trips to say, hey, here's what we can do to help you. Let's bridge that rural-urban divide. And so when I look at it from Manchester, population 1,000, this state, 17% of the population, 17% of the revenues come from this county. So when you think about 120 counties, you've got to pay attention to the city of Louisville and Jefferson County. This state can't be what it can be without Louisville and Jefferson County being strong. So whenever the Louisville delegation comes to me from Eastern Kentucky and says, we need to do this deal, the first thing I asked them, well, when's Danny Wimmer coming to Eastern Kentucky? And you will see language in the legislation that says you need to start looking at rural Kentucky. But with that, knowing what this means, this, not Danny Wimmer Presents, but what this county, this city means to the state, we need the Danny Wimmer investments and the festivals that he brings here. And that's why a person from Clay County is here to help Danny Wimmer.
Thank you, Senator. Okay, State Representative Susan Whitten, please come to the podium.
Thank you, Cleo. Today is a great day indeed, not just for the city of Louisville or for the state of Kentucky, but for all Kentuckians, because this partnership truly benefits everyone in the Commonwealth. I'm so excited about this long-term partnership between Danny Wimmer Presents and Kentucky Venues for several reasons. As a legislator, I'm thrilled that I could be a part of securing for the next decade 2 world-class music festivals that generated over $33 million in economic impact in 2024 alone. And as we continue to lower Kentuckians' personal income tax, events like these are crucial in keeping our economy growing and strong. As the vice chair of the House Tourism Committee, I'm excited to get to continue to show our city and state to those outside the Commonwealth. And this agreement demonstrates our state's commitment to being a destination for world-class entertainment. In 2024, nearly 400,000 individuals attended over the 8 festival days, and over 70% of fans came from outside of Louisville. Those are tax dollars outside of Louisville. They represent all 50 states and 27 countries. And finally, I'm excited about this partnership as a music fan. I've been attending these festivals since they came to Louisville years ago. And I take such pride in my hometown, and that my hometown can be the epicenter of 2 of America's biggest music festivals. So today is truly a home run for DWP, for Kentucky Venues, and for the entire state of Kentucky. So I want to congratulate everyone here in the room. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Representative Whitten. Thank you for your words. Okay, my partner in crime, Mr. David Beck, President and CEO of Kentucky Venues.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is a day of celebration. Many of us in this room have worked and been looking forward to this day for a long time, and so we're glad to have this. I just want to share a few comments from my point of view about this. These things just don't happen by themselves. It takes a lot of people, and I guess you could say a lot of cooks in the kitchens and a lot of different variations to the recipe. But I'm so proud of those that stayed hitched to the wagon, so to speak, and continue to work forward and help get us to where we need to be. I want to share a little bit of a story with you. I did not know who this man was, and about 6 or 7 years ago, got rained out down on River Road. And I got a phone call. We got stuff on the water. We got stuff in the mud. Can we store some things? And just doing what we could do, came out, Danny, your people, we moved a lot of stuff from that area to our place, a little higher ground, to be dry. Never had any idea that we'd wind up doing business together. Well, that was the start of it. We started meeting, started talking, just being good neighbors, so to speak. Started looking at maps, and then we started discussing what if, what could happen. And then we started planning. So excited to see that opportunity because, see, during that same time, the General Assembly, leadership, Senator Stivers, you started, many of the conversations probably started in your home and your office and the House leaders. How can we invest to improve the Kentucky Exposition Center? How can we prepare it for the next generation? So all these things started coming together, how we could make an investment. And for 2 budget sessions, the legislature's put over $400 million to make necessary improvements to the Kentucky Exposition Center, which is growing, gives us opportunities to facilitate things like Bourbon Beyond and Louder Than Life. That's part of the story where things come together. And I never thought about us wind up doing business together, but Danny and I, we started really a client relationship. And then after working together, it became a partnership. And Danny, I'm pleased to say it grew into a friendship, and it has been. There's nothing we can't talk about. And we don't always agree, just like family, but we'll talk about it. But we'll understand, and I tell my staff often, my team, if we can understand the why people on the side of the table feel that way, we can get to a yes. And that clarity was there, Danny. You stayed at the table, I stayed at the table together. And I appreciate your team and our team working together to get to that end. Let me share a little bit about the economic impact. You've heard others talk about that today. That is huge. It's huge. But I think it goes way beyond the numbers. Last year, we broke all records. We had 7.2 million people came through our doors. 7.2 million people, 930,000 over here, 6.3 million out at the Exposition Center. Hell, over 110 countries that we know of came through our doors. Many of those people may be the first time they ever came to Louisville, Kentucky. Never been in the Commonwealth. And I'm hopeful they'll come back, travel, Cleo, do business here, maybe want to invest here, maybe want to trade with us, do different things. So all that is planting seeds that hopefully all of us collectively, the next generation, can cultivate from that kind of investment of time and opportunities. In addition to economic impact that's been mentioned, I think it says a lot about the way of life in Louisville and in Kentucky. I believe it helps us recruit people to Louisville, Kentucky that might be interested in making a move for employment or investment. I think it causes people already here to reconsider not making that move, staying in Kentucky, staying in our community. I think it allows people to think, how can we invest there? How can we do business there? All of that benefits the big picture. And I want to offer this too from my point of view. I'm optimistic with the investments the General Assembly has made, by the cooperation we're seeing at all levels of government, our future will be bright if we continue to work together. And I'm going to pull back a little bit to the Sundance discussion. The mayor led that here locally. When I got in this role, I saw good communication, but I hadn't seen quite the level of coordination I thought we need to have. But when we put forth Sundance, even then we didn't get the final pick. I think that will pay dividends. I think it paid dividends in this process. Every level of government was involved. Every area of tourism was involved. Every area of the business community was involved. And we'll maintain those partnerships. And we'll maintain that buy-in and recognize everybody's got something to do to this. Louisville and Commonwealth, Kentucky continue to be successful. So we're excited about it. I want to say something else. We got 10 years. We started out with a 10-year contract. We had to amend it 4 years in a row. It takes a lot of time and resources to negotiate it every year. There is a renewable clause. I hope we get a chance, Danny, to renew that for another 10.
All right. Thank you, David. Okay. So let's talk about this guy from LA who fell in love with our city. Fell in love with our city. It has been his vision, his commitment to our city. It's been phenomenal. We had dinner last night, and he mentioned last night that there's, obviously we all know they do business in other cities, festivals in other cities, but he mentioned last night there's not another city where he has the level of partnership, friendship, and commitment that he has in the city of Louisville. So all of us have leaned into him as he has leaned into us. So without further ado, Danny Wimmer.
Thank you. Thank you. I look out here and I see a lot of my friends. You use the word Danny Wimmer Zen. What that represents doesn't represent me. It represents my team. I would love for my whole team to come up here because it's very important. I have Doris. She's relentless. Get up here, Doris. Dylan, Marty, Jamie, Charlie, Michael. It doesn't. This company. Well, my dream as a leader of this company is to build a company. I always say if I get hit by a bus, that my team can step up and rise and be better. And that's the kind of team I put around me. They surely don't tell me what I want to hear. Doris said, follow the script. I'm already off the script. I can't tell you, when I first came here was the start of Bourbon. And what happened was, I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. I've been in Los Angeles in the mid-90s. But in my heart, I'm a Southern boy. And what I saw here when I first came here, this is the gateway to the South. And it's a classy South. And I fell in love with it. I called my partner at the time and I said, we're going to launch a festival here. There's something special here. We're going to invest in here. And this is pre-Bourbon boom, right? There was something going on here. This was a hospitality town. And we launched Louder Than Life. Ooh, we're getting a little bourbon up there. This is good. This is good. Hey, there ain't no other city like it. There ain't no other city like this. And I'm so proud. I'm so proud to be here. I have met a lot of, Morgan, you've been with him from day one. David Yates, you've been with him since day one, and been a great advocate. And just things like the EMS, Brian and Jody and Lieutenant Kelly and the police and it's like when things get hard, the city comes together like I've never seen any other city. And if you know my record a little bit, I get hit with little storms, And I call the mayor and I call the governor. I said, can you get me 50 dump trucks and 50 there? And they're like, whatever you need. Let's go. Let's make sure when they come back after mud, let's get it all good. Let's get all the mulch down and rock down. And it's very unique. Cities don't get it. This is a hospitality town. And I said at dinner last night, I look out at the dinner last night and I go, these are my friends. This is like a homecoming. I look out here and I go, this is a homecoming. I'm honored to be here. I'm privileged. I've spent my whole life in this business. I'm privileged. I'm very privileged to be doing what I want to do. Being in the music business, it's hard. I've been fortunate to have this team behind me, guide me, help me make right decisions, and I'm proud they're behind me because really they're the backbone of DWP, so I thought it was important that they were here with me. It ain't about me. It's not about me. So, all right, this is Doris's script. This is Doris' script. I might bomb this. I told you guys. I'm not. I'm the concert promoter that doesn't like to talk on the mic. Okay. Today, it's just not about signing the deal. It's about committing to a city that's become part of our DNA. I'm proud to say that Danny Wimmer Presents is locking arms with Louisville for the next 10 years. We've already been here 11 years. It's another 10 years, we're committed. And that's gonna come with a lot more investments. We're gonna invest the grounds. This isn't just a business, this is personal. Bourbon and Beyond and Louder Than Life have found a true home here. And the partnership reflects everything we've built together over the past decade. That isn't just us, that's you guys. When shit's hitting the fan, sorry. Doors running. Doors.
I see it right there.
I saw. This is rock and roll. We're on a 5-minute delay, right? Okay. Why Louisville? Why Louisville, right? Why Louisville? Because it's more than a backdrop. It's a heartbeat. It's the energy. It's the people. It's the music. It's the bourbon. There's just something about this place you cannot replicate. I'm in 15 other cities. You can't replicate. This city welcomed us, embraced us, and helped us grow something very special. Our fans feel it. Wait until you see who comes this year. The artists feel it, and we feel it, and every year we come back, and we come back stronger. First, where's he at? Where's Shell? There he is. Come over here. Come over here. God, I love you. First, I want to thank Commissioner Shell, who led the charge and brought together a committee of stakeholders that presented us with an incredible, competitive, and thoughtful 10-year package. Commissioner, your leadership was critical. I love you. To my governor, you're my governor. I live in Los Angeles, but you're my governor. You're my governor. You're my governor. This is the United States governor. We have big things. He's going to be spending a lot of time in California. A lot of time when he's in California. Sorry, I don't want to get political. I'm sorry if I jumped the gun there. Sorry. To Governor Beshear, thank you for being a champion of this effort and for showing up every time and time again. You've had our back from day one. And seeing you out at the festival, enjoying the music with your friend Tyler Childers, that's just the kind of support that we need. It's what the world needs to see from you. It reminds everyone this isn't just business, this is cultural, this is connection, this is Kentucky, this is a hospitality city. Love you, man. Mayor Greenberg. Mayor Greenberg. Thank you for always backing us. Your energy, your vision, and even smashing a guitar on stage to celebrate our 10-year anniversary of Louder Than Life. You made it clear Louisville is serious about its role in the music world. Now, I had to have this, which is a lot of thank yous. All right. We're also grateful to the Kentucky General Assembly for your support. That legislation that helped make today possible was a huge step. I want to personally recognize some really key people. Senator President Robert Stivers and Senator Julie Rocky Adams for your leadership in the Senate. State Representative Susan Witten for sponsoring the House bill. Thank you so much. Where are you at? There you are. Speaker David Osborne, Representative Jason Nemus. Previous sponsors. David Yates. You, buddy. Day one, buddy.
Yeah, don't leave hanging.
Hey, this is how we do it in rock and roll. Okay, I'm sorry. Hey, I don't have the basketball coach energy. I'm sorry. You, day one. Man, Morgan, you put your ass on the line for me, and for Louisville. It's about Louisville. What you thought was right with Louisville, you too. It was always about Louisville. Put your line, you put your job on the line, what you thought was right. And you guys know the number one way to recruit, keep Kentucky students and keep Louisville students here is arts and entertainment. You guys were early on to understand arts and entertainment's the number way you can recruit. This is a hospitality city. So arts and entertainment is the number one way you keep your students living in Louisville. And you guys see all that. You've all played a part in securing the long-term partnership. Now, I don't care what you guys have heard out there. David Beck's my friend. Seriously. He's in my dinner club, okay? Hey, David and the team at Kentucky Venues, thank you for your shared vision. Because we're going to do some big things. An outstanding partnership in finalizing the 10-year lease agreement at the Kentucky Exposition Center. It's easy to see why so many events choose to work with you. Your commitment and your excellence truly make the Expo Center a crown jewel for the Commonwealth. David, your leadership, and even more so, your friendship means the world to me. That really does. All right. I'm closing, I promise. And then, let's go have some bourbon. All right, here we are. A special thank you to Cleo Battle. So, here's a funny story. Of course, I make everything long.
I know.
I was in. This is like, I've totally not gone by Doris' script here. So I'm sitting in Milwaukee. I'm looking at the Milwaukee Summerfest. It's one of the largest festivals. They're trying to recruit us to do a big rock show there. And they go, and I start talking about who we are. And they go, no, and the CVB goes, no, stop. I ran into Cleo Battle. I'm going, Cleo from Louisville? He goes, Cleo told us how great DWP is for Louisville. The kind of advocacy doesn't just happen. It comes from genuine belief in what we're building together. Thank you for being such an ambassador for this partnership. You've been there from the day one. This city needs you, buddy. To the teams of Louisville Tourism, as well as Kentucky Tourism and the Louisville Hotel Association, because the Hotel Association is key. Your ongoing marketing support and operational collaboration have made these events run seamlessly. Geez, 3 pages, Doris? Wow. Okay. All right. Of course, this would not be possible without the support of Louisville Metro government, our credible city services. Where is my buddy Jody?
Right there.
Where? Jody, get over here. Jody, come on, Jody. Day one. All right. And Major Kelly, where you at? There he is, Kelly Jones. Day one, Kelly Jones. So let me get back over here. Where is that? Okay. LMPD, EMS, Fire, and my boy Brian, MSD. A final thank you to Josh Zick and Lance George with AJS Hotels for hosting this press conference today and for your valued partnership as our headquarters hotel. We're not just staying. We're planning to grow. I promise you that. We're exploring the possibility of adding another festival. Boy, did you sneak that in. Boy, you really snuck that in, girl. But no. I don't know if you've seen, but Iroquois is having its best It's going to see 30 shows. Mayor, thank you for trusting us to take over and really making that a staple in this town. It's such a special venue, and I'm proud to be there. Okay, adding another festival. Jeez, Doris. Okay. We want to, listen, we know what our sound does, but the important thing is we want to support more neighborhoods, local venues, and local artists. I think it's very important. We're based out of LA, but I think it's very important that people that live here and don't know me, I think they need to know how much we care. We care about this city. We don't just come here, take the money, and leave. We figure out how we can do more for this community. There's no other city like you guys. Hey, Louisville, Kentucky, we're going to do some big stuff together. And I appreciate everybody from being here. I look out, once again, I see my friends, I see my family. Let's do some big stuff together. Thank you. Oh, one more thing. Sherman, John, I know you lobbyists don't like to stay in the back corner, but I would call them. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
How y'all doing? I'm the last thing before you get to drink some whiskey. So, my name is Chris Blanford. I'm with Kroger, and I'm also the adult beverage expert for them, as well as the Bourbon Experience curator and host. So, today we raise